Welcome back to Red Travel with me, Steph. This week we're heading east. We're starting off the day in the beautiful Red Barn Beach here. The sun is shining, the water's glistening and life is good. We're then heading up to the Clock Tower in Youghal town. We're going to take a guided tour and learn all about the history. The Waterford Greenway has been on my summer bucket list for ages. So we're going to be checking out the 42-kilometre cycle from Dungarvan to Waterford. We're then trying something a little different. We're taking an adventure with Tony Gallagher up the River Blackwater. In the second half of the show, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favourite holidays of all time, sailing in Croatia. I'm also going to be talking to John Ennis of SailAweigh, who's going to be telling us all about island hopping in Greece. So, welcome to Red Travel. I've driven under the clock tower here behind me time and time again while visiting Youghal, but I never knew you could go up to the top and explore its history and stories. It's now one of the unique buildings of Ireland's ancient East, and I'm about to head up for a guided tour. So hi Dorothy, thanks a million for showing us around today. So we're on the ground floor of the tower at the moment.
We're on the ground floor, and the setting of this floor is set as a merchant storeroom in the year 1563. We know from that time the building that stood here, Trinity Castle and Trinity Gate, was leased to a merchant in that year. So the entire room is set in that period.
So we're on the second floor now, which is the jail.
The building we started off at downstairs, Trinity Castle, stood from between the middle of the 1200s right up until 1776 when it was demolished. The new building, the one you stand in today, that was completed in 1777 and it was built specifically to be the town jail. So the second floor is that of a jail cell.
Will we go up to the next floor?
We can indeed.
So each floor is a different time.
It does, and the one thing that links all the floors right up to today is the fact that the clock still ticks and time is told still from the top of it.
So this is a home setting?
This is a home setting. It's the setting of a family kitchen, and the family that lived here last were the McGrath family. So John McGrath, one of the children that were born here, he recreated the kitchen for us as to what he could remember growing up as a child. He frequently pops in and out to see us as well. But the family of the McGraths lived here from 1915 right up to 1959.
And as he moved on in years, it was quite difficult for him to wind the clock. So I would come to his assistance and help out.
He's around the clock a lot of times. Jeez, did you get a fright?
It's worse inside.
So that's it ringing.
So you can hear it ringing. And that's the bell that stood here since 1783. You can hear it still functions very well.
So if someone was coming to visit the clock tower, do they book online or can they get tickets here? Or
they can do either. They can actually book online, or you just go into the tourist office. We have a tour every hour on the hour from 11. The last tour is at 4 o'clock. An adult is $9.50, $7.50 for students. You get family tickets that are $24. You get the services of a guide for the whole duration of the visit.
Exactly, and you get the whole story
behind it.
You'd want to give yourself an hour really.
Yes, we do have you in and out on the hour. The next tour is on the hour after it.
So it definitely was a great start to our morning here. So we're heading on to our next location now, so we better get going.
Good luck on that.
Be sure to add Youghal Clockgate to your bucket list this summer. For more information, head to YoughalClockgate.ie. So we've just come down to the water now and we're about to go on a river cruise up the River Blackwater with Tony. So let's go meet him. Tony, thanks for bringing us up the Blackwater. It is absolutely spectacular.
You're welcome, Steph, yeah, and
It's
you were asking there about the house there. Ballinatray house.
It's beautiful.
Built
Wouldn't
in 1795.
Wouldn't mind living there. Even their boathouse looks lovely.
Yeah. Well, do you ever look at the posh soap opera, Downton Abbey?
Oh, it does remind you of that, doesn't it?
The same sort of carry-on went on here, and there were some things which I won't go into, but there was a lot of eloping and, like I said, across the class system, which was all prevalent at the time. I mean, if the Bourbons looked down on this place, can you imagine what a poor fisherman like myself, I wouldn't have a snowballs with it.
So tell me a little bit about the tours. We've gone up the Blackwater now with you today, as far as the house here.
Yeah, that's it,
So what are your trips like?
Well, the trip leaves from Youghal, and the trip up to Ballinatray takes about an hour and a half. Might be an hour up and half an hour back.
Yeah.
The strength of the tide. And I mean, look at the place. Like in the heyday.
Spectacular.
In the heyday of the joint, apart from all the land, there was a salmon weir up there. There was an in-house brewery. Did I say racecourse? I don't think I did. There was a racecourse around the corner. I mean, you never leave the place. Like, it sounds to be like paradise on earth.
Yeah.
With your own brewery and your own salmon.
So the trip takes around an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And how much is it per person?
20 for adults, 10 for children.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it's definitely worth the day out here. And share your stories and everything. They keep the trip alive.
There's no point to keep them to yourself, is there?
Exactly. Thanks a million, Tony.
Okay, you're very welcome, yeah.
So be sure to pencil in a tour on the Blackwater with Tony this summer and hear all his stories. For more information, head over to blackwatercruises.com. So we've arrived in Durrow at the Waterfords Greenway, and we're about to go meet Garvin now, who's going to rent us some bikes and take us on a little trip. So let's go. So we're here with Garvin, who is filling us in all about the Greenway before we rent bikes and head out for ourselves. So tell us a little bit about the Greenway.
I notice a lot of people get a lot of queries and they think we're going to do the Waterford Greenway, and they think it's about starting in Dungarvan or Waterford and getting to the other side as quick as they can and then tick off, I've done the Waterford Greenway.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot more to it.
There is a market for that as well, right? You can do that, but I would say pick a place along the way, be it Kilmeaden or Kilmacthomas or here in Durrow as well.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of my friends who have done it have actually said from Durrow to Dungarvan is the nicest part.
Yeah.
So
when you
I've heard that.
Yeah. When you get to Dungarvan, like I'm advising people, spend an hour or two in there, have a meal, have a wine, have a beer, have a coffee, and then ramble back out. But we just take from here, this is Durrow. People will start here. The tunnel is only 300 metres up here. The tunnel is a quarter of a mile long. Very stunning. Go past the tunnel, you come through this green gorge. Ferns, mosses. Then you go past that only a few hundred metres and you come to the bridge blown up in the Civil War, rebuilt. And the council have done a beautiful job on it now, even when they redid it only in the last couple of years for the Greenway. Then head in another few hundred yards and the sea opens out to you on Rhine, the Gaeltacht area into Dungarvan, Clonea Beach. Go in then maybe, I suppose, 3 kilometres and you have an option to go down to Clonea Beach. So
you could even go for a swim on a day like today.
Completely. You can then go down to the beach, come back up, and then head in then into Dungarvan.
And do many people go with kids, or is it?
Well, my market here now is a family market, so children, and get them set. Plenty of space around here to get them set up in the child buggies and tag-alongs on the back of bicycles and their own little bicycles as well.
And can you rent? You can rent the bikes from yourselves here.
I'm renting here now, here in the back beside the pub. So.
And how much is it to rent the bike for, say, a day or half a day?
Yeah, I rent at €15 per day for adult bikes, and then for children's, €7.
So we're going to head out and experience it for ourselves.
Exactly, yeah.
So will we get going?
We will, yeah. Off we go.
be sure to get all the family out cycling the Greenway this summer. For more information, head over to thegreenwayman.com. So we're just off the Greenway and it's that time of the show that we're going to head abroad. So as a travel blogger, I've been to many places, but my favourite holiday of all time was island hopping in Croatia. So take a look at how I got on. If you've any top tips or favourite destinations, be sure to share a photo or a video with us over on our Twitter, Instagram or Snapchat at Red Travel Show, and we will pick some of our favourites to feature on the show. So Jan, Croatia really was a holiday of a lifetime. The places we went to, you would just never discover on your own.
Yeah, Croatia's beautiful. Mediterranean is beautiful, Croatia in particular. You get to see places that you'd never imagine. I mean, ferries go to some of the islands, but some of the islands you can get to on a sailing yacht, a 50-foot yacht. It's quite a big boat, but you can still get into some nooks and crannies.
You have an amazing life going around island hopping in all these beautiful places. So where are you off to next?
This year we're off to Greece. Our second time this year. We were in Greece back in May, again in August. Temperatures are going to be up, so anybody who likes a real sun holiday, the air temperatures are 40 degrees, the sea is 26 degrees, and it's stopping every couple of hours for a swim, pulling in somewhere for lunch. In the evening, you're ashore every evening about 5 o'clock. New harbour, new town, new village, from hot springs flowing into the corner of the harbour where you can lie down and soak, to restaurants straddling the beach that you just sit down and eat your dinner as the sea laps beside you. It's just amazing.
And what is your favourite spot in Greece? Or could you even say one?
Yeah, what's nice about Greece, as I say, like you have the Cyclades Islands, which have their own character. I mean, there's one island there where there's a little island offshore, and there's a sand spit that joins the two. So you've got two back-to-back bays that are turquoise blue, and you can anchor in either one. It's sandy bottomed. You're snorkeling, you're swimming, and a glass of wine in the restaurant up on the hill. It's unique, you know. And literally a mile down the coast, there's the main town on that island. So you go in there in the evening for your meal. And it's unbelievable. There are springs, hot springs, lava springs that flow into the corner of the beach, and you literally go over, sit in the water 60 degrees inside in these springs. It's just unbelievable. And
well, you've definitely me sold anyway.
Every corner you turn there's something unique that you just couldn't imagine, you know.
And you wouldn't find it unless you were on the boat going to these places. A lot of these
places we get into on the sailing boats, you'd have maybe half a dozen other sailing boats in the same place on any given night.
So you're in a different place every day when you're island hopping?
Every day. We try to cover as many new ports as we can every time we go. So we're breaking into new islands, new towns, new villages, tiny little fishing villages where the guy in the boat beside you has been out fishing for your dinner. And you know, there's a potter.
It's a real local experience. So
you're really in touch with old Greece, ancient Greece.
Yeah.
When we go sailing at the moment, it works for us to fly into Athens because there's a direct flight from Ireland, and you're in Athens by noon and you're sailing by 2:30.
Yeah. So if we wanted to go, how do we book?
Onto our website, SailAweigh.ie. You can link in then to the Greece page on the website, which has a load more information. Down the bottom, there's all the details of how to book. We don't do the flights. The flights are your own responsibility. So our trip starts and ends on the pier at the marina.
So do you fly from Dublin?
Dublin to Athens direct. Aer Lingus and Ryanair both do it.
Very good.
The Aer Lingus flight is the one we prefer because it works perfectly time-wise for us. Transfer from the airport down is about 20 minutes, half an hour if the traffic is heavy. We have a coach that comes and collects us at the airport, brings us straight to the back of the boat on the marina. And you're on the boat and sailing within an hour getting onto the marina.
Well, I think, John, you've us sold here. Well, I'd go in the morning if I could. So
we look forward to seeing you in August.
For the holiday of a lifetime, go check out SailAweigh.ie now. Coming up next week on Red Travel, we're zipping through Farn Woods with Zippet Forest Adventure. We're then heading to Crookstown to go on a trek with Lee Valley Equestrian Centre, and ending the day doing something a little different. We're taking a guided tour of Macroom Buffalo Farm. We're also going to be sharing everything you need to know before heading on your big adventure. We're going to be joined by Amy and Breffney, who are going to fill us in on their adventures backpacking and sharing all their insider tips. So, see you next week. Get peace of mind with low-cost AIG travel insurance plus 10% discount online.